We are here to honor Human Trafficking Awareness and Prevention Month. And I am grateful that Montgomery County takes the time to do this every year, and also that we have such a dedicated team of folks from different offices, different disciplines, standing behind me who represent those folks who put time and effort into this work, into educating the public about the importance of being aware of what human trafficking is, looking for signs, knowing how to report. We take this incredibly seriously. And there are a lot of misconceptions about what human trafficking is or isn't. There are different kinds. It can be both sex trafficking and labor trafficking, and it affects vulnerable people as the victims of all ages and all walks of life. And I think that sometimes gets lost. Sometimes, particularly if folks think about children and human trafficking, they think only about female children. That's not correct. It can affect all children. They often don't realize it can affect senior citizens as well. It can. It does. And it's important to recognize those signs, those pieces. Our county does a tremendous job in public awareness campaigns. Please do read. Please do reach out. Please do check the information that the county offers to help educate our residents about this issue. And please, if you see something, say something. Again, we have a tremendous team assembled behind me who work on different facets of this issue, and everyone is here to help support that common goal, which is to keep our residents safe. With that, I want to acknowledge our speakers who will be here today, and we will hear from Captain John O'Brien, who oversees our Special Investigations Division with the Montgomery County Police Department, Wendy Stickle, who serves as the chair of the Human Trafficking Prevention Commission, which I sit on, and Debbie Feinstein, who is from our state's attorney's office, and she's the chief of our Special Victims Division. But I did want to let the others assembled here introduce themselves. The only thing I ask is use your stage voice, because these are the only two microphones we have, so I can't pass it around. Starting here.
Martha, I'm with Trauma Services Program for the Montgomery County.
Rosalia Scottman, and I'm the manager for Trauma Services.
Tony Gibby, I'm the community educator for Montgomery County Trauma Services.
Kayla Wallington, I'm a mental health therapist for Montgomery County Trauma Services.
Ellen Smedley, manager with Licensure and Regulatory Services.
Debbie Feinstein, State's Attorney's Office.
Hi everybody, my name is Julia. I'm Regional Navigator for Montgomery County Prince George's with the University of Maryland State Center.
I'm John McCarthy, State's Attorney for Montgomery County. I work for the wonderful Debbie Feinstein.
Good morning, Keena Jones, Assistant Sheriff at the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office.
Good morning, Maxwell Wee. I'm the Sheriff here in Montgomery County.
Good morning, Lieutenant Dan Helton with Special Investigations Division.
Good morning, Wendy Stickle, Chair of the Committee.
Good morning, Jody Finkelstein, Executive Director of the Committee. And if I might just want to take a moment to congratulate Alex Smedley, who's been with the county for over 30 years with HHS. And she is retiring at the end of this month, and she has been doing this work for a very long time. So thank you for your service. Thank you. Thank you.
John O'Brien, Montgomery County Police.
Marcia Liss, formerly retired from the Department of Justice in Child Exploitation and Human Trafficking, and I'm a community member because it's a good job during retirement.
Without further ado, Captain O'Brien.
Good morning. My name is John O'Brien. I am the Director of the Montgomery County Police Department Special Investigation Division. Our division is committed to combating human trafficking, and within it, the Vice and Intelligence Unit leads the way. Over the past year, we've seen a rise in tips about illicit websites advertising massage parlors across Montgomery County. Working closely with Health and Human Services, our detectives discovered that many of these establishments lack the required licenses to operate. As a result of this discovery, the Vice and Intelligence Unit has adopted a proactive approach, conducting unannounced spa inspections. During each inspection, detectives interview every employee, asking targeted questions, specifically asking about sex and labor trafficking. We also provide each employee with a resource card listing all services offered by Montgomery County. Our inspections follow a three-tier approach: victim outreach, civil enforcement when appropriate, and criminal enforcement when necessary. These operations have been successful, not only in educating spa and massage owners, but also locating victims and enforcing laws tied to massage therapy practices. Since launching this initiative, we've conducted 44 spa inspections, issuing over 40 civil citations, and charging 12 spa owners and managers with felonies for aiding and abetting unlicensed massage therapy. One spa even closed its lease after it was terminated by the property owner. Looking ahead, we're introducing landlord engagement program. This year, letters will go out to property managers leasing businesses suspected of prostitution or human trafficking. Other jurisdictions have seen great success with this approach, and we're optimistic it will have a major impact here in Montgomery County. As we continue to develop our current tactics, rolling out new initiatives, and developing innovative enforcement techniques, we remain committed to making this year a turning point in the fight against human trafficking. On behalf of our division, I want to thank the Human Trafficking Prevention Committee, the Montgomery County State's Attorney's Office, and the County Council for their unwavering support.
Thank you, Captain O'Brien. And I can say, having been on those inspections, what an outstanding job the team does who conducts those inspections, and how much they are doing to both keep the customers safe and also the employees safe. So I greatly appreciate that work. With that, we're going to hear from Chair Wendy Stickle.
Thank you. Thank you to County Executive Elrich and the County Council for this proclamation and your continued commitment to combating human trafficking here in Montgomery County. The Montgomery County Human Trafficking Prevention Committee has been working hard to raise awareness on this important topic. A recent story that captured national attention involved a missing 13-year-old girl from Kentucky who was found safe in Silver Spring last month. She went missing in October after meeting up with an older man and traveling with him to Florida and then Maryland. The man was charged with kidnapping, claiming he believed the young girl was 18. Although this story has a positive ending, not all do. This highlights the ongoing risk of exploitation faced by young people here in Montgomery County, in Maryland, and across the country. The Montgomery County Human Trafficking Prevention Committee, alongside our law enforcement partners, county agencies, and local service providers, remains dedicated to ensuring such exploitation does not happen in our county. Our focus on raising awareness, reducing vulnerabilities, and enforcing relevant state and local laws are critical in meeting our goal of eliminating exploitation. Events such as this offer a unique opportunity to raise awareness for our local officials as well as the broader Montgomery County community. As I just mentioned, awareness building is a primary goal of the committee. Throughout the year, we conduct trainings for any group who asks. Just last week, the committee co-sponsored a regional conference for an audience of transportation workers from across the state. We were thrilled to see several of our very own MCPS transportation workers in attendance. It reflects the broader commitment of our county agencies in combating this challenging issue. You just heard about the wonderful work Montgomery County Police is doing in collaboration with DHHS to make our spas and body works establishments safer in the county. I said this last year and I'll say it again. Citizens and non-citizens alike are vulnerable to sex and labor trafficking and exploitation. When layered with vulnerabilities such as age, food insecurity, housing insecurity, drug addiction, gang involvement, and/or child welfare involvement, the risk of exploitation escalates. The Montgomery County Human Trafficking Committee has served and will continue to serve as a vehicle for collaboration to reduce vulnerabilities. We continue to raise awareness, offer services, and create smart policies and practices to protect all of those, and especially our young people and vulnerable workers living, working, and visiting Montgomery County and the DC region from exploitation. Make sure to keep your ears and eyes open over the next few months as we roll out an unprecedented human trafficking awareness campaign here in Montgomery County. Everyone can contribute to reducing and eliminating human trafficking in the county. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. And now we'll hear from Debbie Feinstein.
Good morning. I'm Debbie Feinstein. I'm Chief of the Special Victims Division for the Montgomery County State's Attorney's Office. And to be clear, I work for this guy, State's Attorney John McCarthy. I have the privilege of supervising the division within the State's Attorney's Office that prosecutes the human trafficking violations and child exploitation cases. In our division, we do not work alone. One of the things that I want to share with the public is that we really take a collaborative approach here in Montgomery County to prosecuting crime. We don't silo ourselves and separate ourselves from the other agencies. We work closely with the Vice Division that was mentioned earlier and with Health and Human Services, not only to ensure the investigation of the cases, but also to ensure safety and hopefully healing for victims of human trafficking. Some of the cases that we've had recently involve that new law, aiding and abetting unlicensed massage parlor operation. And in those cases, we work closely with the police department to target individuals who are knowingly operating or supporting unlicensed massage parlors. And this is a really important piece because when they're unlicensed, then we have the potential and the greater concern about human trafficking, both sex and labor trafficking. And we need to target in and focus in on those concerns and make sure that we are ensuring the safety for vulnerable individuals that may be working in those places. And that's exactly what our police department does. I always say that they're out there doing the hard work. They're in there, they're going to the spas. We've done some of the visits and some of the kind of undercover work with them, but they're the ones doing the hard work, and really my hat's off to the county police department and all the things that they're doing to make our community safer. And it's really a privilege to sit on the Human Trafficking Prevention Committee and to work with all of these wonderful individuals. And a special thank you to the County Council and to Councilmember Dawn Lukey for all of her leadership in this area. Thank you.
Thank you. With that, I'm going to read our proclamation and then I'll hand them out and we'll take a photograph. Whereas Human Trafficking Awareness and Prevention Month calls on communities to focus on prevention by working together, addressing inequities, and strengthening local community-based solutions that minimize harm before it occurs. And whereas human trafficking affects an estimated 27.6 million people worldwide and occurs in every region, including Montgomery County, impacting individuals of all ages, backgrounds, and circumstances through forced labor and sexual exploitation. And whereas traffickers take advantage of vulnerability by using force, fraud, coercion, and manipulation to exploit victims, often targeting people facing poverty, discrimination, unstable housing, immigration concerns, or limited access to support and opportunity. And whereas human trafficking is closely connected to other forms of violence and hardship, including domestic and sexual abuse, child exploitation, and homelessness, and cannot be addressed in isolation. And whereas for survivors of trafficking, who often show extraordinary strength and resilience, healing and stability still require long-term practical support, such as safe housing, healthcare, legal assistance, education, employment opportunities, and trauma-informed care to heal and stabilize. And whereas Montgomery County recognizes and deeply values the dedication of advocates, service providers, healthcare professionals, educators, faith leaders, community organizations, and law enforcement who work every day to prevent trafficking, support survivors, and build safer, more nimble, and more responsive systems of care. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the County Council of Montgomery, Maryland recognizes January as Human Trafficking Awareness and Prevention Month and calls upon residents, partners, and institutions to honor the work of those on the front lines, support survivors, and continue working together toward a community where all people can live with safety, freedom, and dignity. Presented on this 20th day of January, 2026, signed by myself and Council President Natalie Fanny Gonzalez.